Did you know that Wes Unseld was so good at rebounding that he averaged over 14 boards per game throughout his entire 13-season career? That's just insane. Wes Unseld, the legendary NBA Hall of Famer, is one of the most underrated players in NBA history. Despite being a dominant force in the paint, Unseld often gets overlooked when discussing the all-time greats. But today, we're going to dive into the insane career of Wes Unseld and explore what made him such a unique talent. Unseld's achievements are nothing short of remarkable. He's a 5-time NBA All-Star, a 4-time All-NBA selection, and even won the NBA Finals MVP in 1978. And let's not forget, he's one of the few players in NBA history to win the Rookie of the Year and Finals MVP awards in the same season. So, what made Unseld so special? For starters, his rebounding prowess was unmatched. He was a walking double-double, with an ability to grab boards at an incredible rate. And it wasn't just his rebounding, Unseld was an elite defender, with a knack for shutting down opposing big men. The combination of Unseld's intensity, strength, and athleticism made him a force to be reckoned with in the paint. But despite his impressive resume, Unseld's career was often overshadowed by other NBA legends of his era. The NBA in the 1960s and 1970s was a vastly different league than the one we see today. It was an era of physicality, where big men ruled the paint and guards were expected to be scorers. The Baltimore Bullets, Unseld's team, was a scrappy, defensive-minded squad that often flew under the radar. Unseld played alongside other talented big men like Elvin Hayes, but his unique blend of strength, agility, and fundamentals set him apart from his peers. The Bullets were a team built around Unseld's defensive prowess, and his ability to protect the paint was unmatched. In the early 1970s, the NBA was going through a period of rapid expansion, with new teams and players flooding the league. But despite the influx of new talent, Unseld remained a constant force, dominating the glass and anchoring the Bullets' defense. The Bullets were a team that prided themselves on defense, and Unseld was the anchor that held it all together. His ability to defend the paint in close-out games was unparalleled, earning him the respect of opponents and teammates alike. Unseld's playing style was a thing of beauty. He was a low-post master, with a deadly combination of power and finesse. He could score with his back to the basket, or face up and knock down the jumper. And on defense, he was a nightmare to score against, using his strength and quickness to shut down even the most dominant big men. Throughout his career, Unseld put up some incredible numbers. He averaged 10.9 points and 14.0 rebounds per game, while shooting an impressive 51% from the field. And let's not forget his remarkable durability. Unseld played in at least 75 games in 11 of his 13 seasons, a true testament to his work ethic and dedication. One of Unseld's most impressive skills was his ability to rebound out of his area. He had a knack for anticipating where the ball would come off the rim, and his quickness allowed him to beat opposing big men to the spot. It was a skill that earned him the respect of opposing coaches and players, who often had trouble containing him. But Unseld's impact went beyond just his stats. He was a leader, a true captain who led by example. His work ethic was renowned, and his teammates often spoke about the way he pushed them to be better. He was a quiet leader, but one who commanded respect through his actions on the court. Unseld's career was filled with memorable moments, from his Rookie of the Year campaign in 1969 to his NBA Finals MVP in 1978. But it's not just the accolades that define his legacy, it's the way he played the game, with a ferocity and intensity that inspired his teammates and opponents alike. You can see it in the way he moves on the court, with a purpose and intensity that's hard to match. You can see it in the way he battles for every rebound, every loose ball, and every defensive stop. Unseld was a true competitor, and his passion for the game is infectious. Of course, not everyone views Unseld as highly. Some might say he was a product of his era, that he wouldn't be able to dominate in today's fast-paced, small-ball NBA. Others might point to his relatively modest scoring average, or his lack of flashy athleticism. But to those detractors, I say, watch the tape. Watch the way Unseld dominated the paint, the way he shut down opposing big men, and the way he led his team to victory time and time again. Unseld may not have been the most flashy player, but he was a true winner, and his career is a testament to that. So what's the takeaway from Wes Unseld's incredible career? For me, it's the importance of appreciation. Unseld may not be a household name, but his impact on the game is undeniable. He's a true NBA legend, and one who deserves to be celebrated. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to share your thoughts on Wes Unseld in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe, like and share this video, and don't forget to click on the playlist above to watch more NBA Hall of Famers of his era. Thanks for watching.